So I am Georgia Vargas, a book writing coach and speaker, and I'm all about helping female leaders and executives to overcome their resistance and overwhelm, to write a compelling book in 90 days or less, to achieve recognition, revenue, and success. And this is what I'm building at the moment. And the three words that really hold strong for me are authority, which I talked about before, tenacity, which is today's word, and creativity. So what does it mean to be tenacious? How are you using tenacity in your life, in your business, even in your relationships? What does it mean to you to have tenacity? Is it about holding on, sticking it out, being persistent, having stamina? For me, it's very much related to courage, having the courage and the tenacity to keep going. You know, we have to be consistent in our business before we can climb that ladder. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard to stick it out. And, you know, I think also tenacity is about having a purpose. And when we have a purpose, we become more tenacious, become more courageous to do the things that we want to do, to step up and stand out in the area of our expertise and experiences. I think it's also about a kind of loyalty to yourself. When you've got that purpose, you've got that goal, you are giving yourself a kind of accountability to be tenacious and to hang on in there. You know, back in the day when I was in the spoken word or performance poetry scene, I did a lot of prose type rebellious poems. I got my book here. Words on the Wild Side. And that was the book that I finally produced after several years on that spoken word scene. And in the beginning, well, with the first few years, I wrote a lot of pieces and I went around everywhere, wherever I could perform. I just got up on the stage and I performed my pieces. And I wasn't very popular. They didn't like my words. They didn't like my manner. They didn't like my attitude. I was provocative. I was rebellious. I said it like it is. It was kind of in-your-face poetry. And, you know, the other funny thing was, they said to me, I was too sexy. Not because I wore fishnet stockings or plunge, what do they call, plunge bra. No, because of my manner, because of that freedom. You know, the freedom to be who you want to be. Anyway, so the story goes that I joined a team of 4 artists to go out to the East Coast of the USA where they did slam competitions. And they were very tough. They were very experienced. They were really good spoken word artists. And they would be a team for each town, and then they would compete against each other. So we came from London, 4 of us, new to the scene, and with different accents and different style of performing and different words. You know, we used different words and different topics as well. And they were very energetic and on the ball and fighting and this kind of thing. So what they had was a scoring system. The audience would be given cards. There would be numbers 1 to 9 and numbers 1 to 9, and you could put them together. So it could be a 9.3 if you really respected the work, and an 8.2 or 4.5 in my case. I got a lot of 4s and 5s. They just did not like me. And my team were really pissed off with me because I wasn't performing. I wasn't getting the scorecards, you know. But you know what happened? People came round the back of the stage and said to me, tell me about that poem. What inspired you? What was it all about? Who are you? Where'd you come from? They started to ask questions, but backstage. You know about them things? You know about them people? They came backstage to ask me questions, and I thought, I've got to do something about this. And then I noticed at one of the gigs, somebody was selling a little pamphlet of their poetry, and it was like 12 light bulbs went off in my head. And I went away before the next event, which I had 2 days. I was so lucky because we were traveling down to the next town on Connecticut or somewhere. And I got a little pamphlet made up of just 8 or 9 poems. So I went on and I did my poems and I got 4.5 and 5.2 and all these low scores, and my team were growling at me like this. But the people came backstage and they bought my book for $2 a pop or whatever. So I was feeling like, okay, well, go away and read it and spread the word and pass it around and let people know, because I left a little, contact number on it. So that was a kind of tenacious act, wasn't it? I was sticking it out. I was finding new solutions. I was not getting caught up in, oh, you're no good and you're not performing well. I was just getting out there and enjoying it and doing the best I could. I didn't get any tips or advice from anybody or feedback. It was just moaning that I didn't get high scores. So I just did my pamphlet. Actually, that there's at the end, there it is. It's one of the ones I use. So it was thinking on the spot. It was being creative. It was taking my authority and my confidence to get out there and do it. And it was being tenacious, sticking it out, being loyal to my purpose, which was to perform the best I could. And I sold my little booklets. I mean, first day I only made 10 prints. Second day I did 25 prints. And then I did 50 prints. And I'm telling you, I never came back with a single book. So that was really my story about being tenacious. I wonder what yours will be today, because we all have them. We all have these little stories about where we stuck it out. We stuck to our principles, if you like, and we said, no, we're going to get a little courage and a spoonful of sugar and, go out there and do that thing, that one more step in our business, that one more effort that we're going to make, that one more action that we're going to take to build our business and make it better. And it applies so much to writing a book. When you write a book, you need to be tenacious, because that is a roller coaster ride journey. It's not a short form writing, it's a long form writing project that needs your attention, needs you to be persistent, have stamina, be loyal to yourself, and to be tenacious, and to have the courage to write really what you want to say, so that your message goes out there and you might even end up on my shelf. So be tenacious. And I'd love to know what you think. Is that something that you're working on, or that you have naturally? Is it something you've got to, put a little more effort into? I'd love to know. I'll be speaking to you soon about creativity.